Brad Blakeman is with us right now, former Deputy Assistant to President George W. Bush. Brad, good to see you. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
What do you think about these
Pleasure.
appointments? First off, what does it mean for trade and regulation, knowing what we know Donald Trump has said about NAFTA and other trade deals?
I think this is great. Not only is he getting the best and brightest to serve in government, but he also has advisory councils to bring the best and brightest from outside government. That's exactly what you need in order to form policy that can be implemented. And also, I think this sends a chill throughout the world that Donald Trump is serious. We're going to lead with carrots and sticks. We're going to negotiate deals that are in the best interest of the United States. And as we know from contract law, in law school, my contract professor said a deal is only as good as it is for both parties. If one party thinks they got the upper hand, then the deal is going to be honored in the breach. Donald Trump has brought together an expert team of insiders and outsiders who are going to serve the best interests of America. I think it's fantastic choices across the board.
Well, we got some business people on the panel today, and Robert Wolf, you know, I know business people typically do not want to hear about tariffs, do not want to see disruption in the trade arena, but do you think just the threat of a potential tariff will sort of get the other players in line?
Listen, it's interesting that that your prior guest, you know, is talking about, you know, being actually to the left of me. I mean, I'm a little more of a free trader. I was on the President's Export Council. I supported TPP. I actually think one of the best ways to really combat China is to be part of the TPP where China's not part. You can trade more freely with Australia, New Zealand, the Philippines, Vietnam. But I do agree that it's great to have outsiders, that are in the private sector. I mean, as someone who is one of them, I think it's important to have the private and public sector. I hope they can go through a fast confirmation and vetting process because we need to get up and running. I think the tariff aspect is a little tough because what comes one way goes the other way.
Right.
And we need our manufacturing to be more vibrant, and you have to be part of the global trade, you know, environment to get it vibrant. It can't just be U.S., you know, trading only.
I agree with you. Excuse me. I agree with you completely. I'm, you know, more capitalist, libertarian, free markets, open up. But this really is exactly what Trump's message was. It's America first and make America great again. The people who voted for him in, you know, those flyover states, they're seeing their jobs leave their areas. So they're probably not as concerned about ideological purity in terms of, you know, conservatism or free markets as they are keeping their jobs.
Yeah.
And it's about time, you know, that we actually stood up to China and stopped just sucking up to them and thinking that we have to give them everything they want. We've got a lot of negotiating leverage, and I think that you're going to see that deployed. And the other thing is interesting on regulatory reform with ICANN. I tried to do that job in the UK government. I was the person leading our efforts to try and
with David Cameron
many years ago. And the thing is, the inertia, the bureaucratic inertia is so great to do anything on regulation. Every government comes in saying, we're going to cut back regulations, we're going to get the economy going. It never happens. And the reason is that the bureaucracy just defeats you. And you've got to have someone really, really aggressive in there who's not captured by the bureaucracy to really make a difference.
That's a really good point. You probably saw that as well.
Listen, I saw that, and I know Carl, and Carl's a doer. So if you're going to pick someone, he's a doer. I would just say for Carl, who's, you know, not going to be inside, he's going to be, you know, make sure he doesn't have any inherent conflicts and things like that. Listen, he's one of the smartest guys there are, so, you know, he'll be able to definitely push things.
Brad, you're hearing all this. Weigh in.
I think it's absolutely the right message to send. Somebody like Carl Icahn is a bottom-line guy. He's results-oriented, and has been pointed out. Look, we've talked a lot about reforming government, waste, fraud, and abuse. And now you're assembling people who are actually going to do something. Why? Is because when they're given a mission, the results-oriented, they're going to get the job done. Look what Donald Trump has even done with Boeing and Lockheed. And he's not even president yet. He's sounding the alarm. And that goes beyond the companies he's talking to. This is a message to every contractor who deals with the United States. We're going to get the best bargain for America.
Yeah.
But away from the messaging, do you actually want him, you know, come in and start negotiating with each company on a bilateral basis? I mean, come on, he's the president of the United States.
No, but he doesn't have to. But these are big contracts. These are things that people are really looking at. And if the president sends the message, again, the two companies he spoke to, he was speaking to hundreds of companies that deal with America. And he's not even the president yet. He's getting results.
Well, you make a good point.